and welcome to my space. I'd like to let you know what I do. As a spiritual guide, I take people on an inner journey of discovery through the layers of self-development, which start from healing, then go to awakening, and then expansion. And if they only wish to do a segment, that's fine. When we enter sacred space, hopefully we can meet in person, but online is also fine to reach depth. You have a chance to fully express yourself and be truly seen, heard, and received. I then find out what really matters to you, what concerns you, what do you need to heal, what do you need to overcome in your outer life, and what your aims are. You might be going through a relationship difficulty or have some blockages in work or financial flow or some compromise in health or dealing with trauma, addictions, loss, abuse, grief of some kind. Any variation of things could be happening. In any case, our time together is to go within and find out if there's any seeds of discord within yourself. And so we go into the inner realm and we go into the layers of your consciousness, your conscious mind, your subconscious, and your unconscious. And in your unconscious, we normally find what compels you at the deepest level, aspects that you're driven by and also controlled by. And what we do is we trace that outer conflict to these seeds of inner discord. We clearly identify what they are, and then we begin to bring them to completion by experiencing whatever energy is there, and just if it's a wound, if it's hurt, if it's sadness, pain of some kind, we basically go into the energetic experience, and it's held in our conscious awareness, and we just cradle it and experience it until it dissolves. As well, every energy and every blocked energy is there as a placeholder for something that we're supposed to learn. Something's meant to evolve within our learning mind, some insight, some revelation is there. So when we couple that energetic release with the insight, then we've brought it to true completion. Sometimes we have something more complex, like a difficult dynamic with someone, a long-standing difficulty, and there could be a karmic agreement there. And if that is the case, then we have to go into those dynamics, and a different process is required. No matter what we're dealing with on the inside, there is a very specific way to clear every block, and it's unique to that block. I will be in communion with your higher self, which is the intelligence of your soul. And your soul will give me instructions, will show me what is needed for you, what is the process that you need to go through, which parts of yourself do you need to face, and how is it best to face them. And so basically we traverse your inner terrain deeply and thoroughly and clear out whatever needs to be cleared out, bring threads to completion, resolve what needs to be resolved. And as we take all these pieces and heal them one by one, your energy that was previously locked into these constructs of density are then released. The energy is liberated and becomes free-flowing potential once again. And with that burst of new energy, you can take it to consciously create something better and forward-moving in your life. So the idea is to clear all the residue of your past, everything unresolved, so that it does not percolate into your present. Because most people walk a karmic path, and what that means is that they have so many things that happened in their past that have been left unresolved, uncleared, unintegrated, unhealed, unlearned from, and they're just sitting there in dormancy. And often they were put there because at the time that certain events happened, we weren't able to really process them. We weren't able to really cognize them and learn from them. And so they got stored, and they're just waiting for that moment in which they could emerge to come to completion. So let's say your physical body, you eat something and it's poisonous. Your body knows that it must purge it from your system to come back into equilibrium. Same thing with your psyche. Your system has intelligence, and it also knows there's emotional and psychological toxicity here, and it needs to purge that. So when it feels that you have the capacity, then it starts allowing what's in the depths of your consciousness, in your unconscious, to start coming to the surface. And when it comes to the surface, you have a choice. You can either cognize it and face it and do what's needed to heal and clear it, thereby completing it, or you could ignore it and not see its importance and allow yourself to be distracted. And if that were the case, then a pressure would build inside your system to the extent that it draws in it resonates towards itself some event or some person, some experience that will help to release it from the system. So the intelligence of life will respond to the intelligence of your soul that wants that healing. And it will create a set of circumstances to facilitate that healing, because you're not actively turning within to do it on your own. So let's say you were here and you wanted to learn one of your life themes was to learn how to love yourself and value yourself. If you sensed a lack, you could go within and do the requisite healing and bring yourself up to the level where you did truly love and value yourself. On the other hand, let's say you turned away from that and you saw your partial levels, but you didn't really want to work on them. Well, that lesson doesn't just dissolve. It's a theme for you. And so you might resonate towards you a relationship that is possibly disturbing or demeaning or disempowering, and cause you to go through this process of losing that self-love so much that it causes enough pain to want to regain it. So that relationship will give you the reflections that you need to catalyze you to do the healing. But it's possible that that process might take you a few years, a decade or two or more. And finally you arrive at that realization. Maybe you dispose of the relationship, and then you get the healing, and that's great. It just costs you so much time. So we always have a choice. The things that happen in our life happen not just randomly and for the sake of it. They happen in order to catalyze evolution. And so either we allow an event that could be very challenging or adverse to come and teach something to us, to highlight a blind spot, or we simply turn within and we squarely face ourselves. And instead of waiting for an event to surface, we go in, look at what is in discord, imbalance, and unresolved in ourselves. And step by step, we bring ourselves into healing, and we clarify that inner space, effectively divesting ourselves from this kind of path of karma in which we're always dealing with residual effects from the past. Instead, we're moving towards our dharma, which is where we are now free from the past because we have thoroughly met it and learned from it and released it energetically. And so therefore we can sit firmly in the present and make ourselves available to the present as well as to the future. And on a dharmic path, we are consciously creating. We are visionary, and we are bright, vibrant, and we are creating in the positive. So instead of life being a string of solving problems, it's more about expansion, higher learning, the realization of our soul identity and our true nature, as opposed to a more egoic journey that's based in density and the physical form experiences. So it's a choice. Neither one is higher or lower. It's just a choice. Some people come here specifically to learn through physicality, and they want event after event after event. But in the case that you want to do the learning in consciousness, and you want to simply get to those inner levels without being catalyzed by something outside of you, in order that you may make yourself available to a different set of life experiences. So instead of ones over here that are more karmically based, you say, no, I want actually a higher set of life experiences. And you can make that choice if you do the inner work. So it's just a more streamlined process. And you'll always have life experiences. It's just what's the quality of them, and what is it on the level of going from negativity to positivity or positivity to expansion. And you have that choice if you want a more human kind of development, or you've moved from that towards a more spiritual development. And either is fine. It's just how you want to traverse your journey. So I'm here to support you in the improvement of the various aspects of your life. Most people are in a subpar state in which they are not even aware that life could be so much better and their inner experience can be so much more full. Many people are accustomed to living with a base level of anxiety or pressure or tension, or just this emotional unease, bouts of sadness, depression, anger, frustration, and it's just normal to be like that. But we don't have to be in that space of being pulled on by our psyche and our emotions. We can be divested from that and come back to the central self and be sovereign energetically. And instead of being pulled into experiences, rather choose them, because we've come into ourselves as healed and as whole. So I'm just here to support you wherever you are at in your journey. And I know it's a big step when we decide to go within. You're likely already somewhere on your journey. And if you wish to go deeper or wish to have some support, clear guidance, then that is what I'm here for. So I look forward to meeting all the souls that come to meet me if there's resonance. And in any case, I wish you so much wellness and positivity and goodness on your journey.